All right. So, hey guys, welcome to another mock test. So, we've got Rowena today, and we're going to be testing Rowena. And oh, I will turn my mic on. No, not yet. Oh, it's on. Okay, testing. Yeah. So, first time with Rowena. We haven't met before, but we've driven about 30 minutes, right? And I'm not going to say the mistakes she's already done yet. We'll look at it together at the end of the video. But know it as usual. The few mistakes she's done is cause of anxiety. First time, new car, nerves. And that's just a normal thing. So try and avoid that. So as usual, we're not going to do show me, tell me because it's not really what we're focusing on here. We just need to see her driving in that. Plus, she's going to be doing it in her car, so it wouldn't make much difference here. But let's see the most important thing, which is the driving. So, yep, Rowena, as you know, we already discussed it. So relax. It is your car. I'm just a passenger. And that's how you've got to treat the examiner. So when you're ready, let's go. Don't forget, this is not there. Pretend it's not there. Right? Ignore. Wait, wait. So remember when pulling out, consider if your car is going to cause oncoming vehicles to slow down or stop because of the narrow space. As you see in this situation, be very careful. This could be an easy serious fault on a test. This means if you're steering to avoid parked vehicles when moving off from your lane and your car is going to be going into the lane of oncoming vehicle, then you should consider waiting, unless if the oncoming vehicle has actually seen you ahead and given you way to do so, then that would be fine. Turn right, B60 to 100, Retford Road. Don't forget, if you put yourself under pressure and you're constantly checking your mirrors, then you would miss things going on ahead of you. So really only check your mirror when it's necessary. Other than that, just focus ahead of you. If you're going to change speed, if you're going to change direction, then you can look at your mirrors. If you want to see your positioning, then you can look at your mirror. Interior mirror is what you want to check maybe like every 8 to 10 seconds. Just look up there, just a quick glance.
After 600 yards, turn left, Richmond Park Road.
So at this point, Rowena has now gotten a next instruction to turn left, but she misses this turn. Now, also, her response to reduce speed for the situation ahead was late, especially because of the vehicle creeping in from the left. Bearing in mind, this car cannot see us, but we can actually see the car. So, reducing speed in time would have been the best thing to do here. So, I'd give a minor fault for that situation there. Now we're so close to the junction, we should be turning left. And I thought that lane change was in preparation to turn left, but I was wrong. But saying that the speed wasn't going down enough, then I knew we weren't going to be taking that turn. Yeah, because you're not planning ahead.
Yeah.
So you heard it says after a couple of informations you missed it, but eventually you realized you came with the left lane, but then you didn't look at the sat nav to see. So I'm glad you didn't try to take it in the last minute, because what you've done now, you've missed that road, but that hasn't failed you yet. So this is very important. If that happens on your test, that's the same thing. Just pass it. It's safer to miss the road than to try and do all, a very spontaneous, dangerous. So we're gonna have to turn right and go all the way around at the roundabout. So you want to try and change lane to the right when it's safe at the roundabout. So keep up, signal right and change lane when it's safe. Now, remember that it's very important to make every effort to follow directions you're given either by the sat nav, or your examiner. However, if it is dangerous to take a turn because you only noticed it last minute, it is always safer to ignore it and continue ahead or follow the direction on the lane you're in. And your examiner will tell you what to do next and redirect you at that point. So keep this in mind.
Take the exit, B60 to 100, Handsworth Road, then, turn right, Richmond Park Road. After 200 yards, turn right, Richmond Park Road. Turn right, Richmond Park Road.
So don't forget, try not to just listen to the sat nav. Look at the pictures. Because with the pictures, you're going to see exactly where the blue arrow is going to, isn't it? Rather than listening and you have no clue what 200 yards is or 600 yards is. And relax, when you're not sure what you're doing, stop increasing speed. It makes you swerve all around.
After 300 yards,
What are
turn
those humps
left,
for?
Athelstone Road, then.
If you cannot center your car right in the middle of these humps, remember, slow down so that it's comfortable as you go through it. Now, although this road is a 30 road, so driving over the humps at about 20 miles or 22 or so is okay, but it is not okay if you're going to bump and ride it through it. So, if you're going to drive right over it, consider slowing down. Comfort is important, and this is really something you should consider as you do your test.
Road, then, at the end of the road, turn right,
Good.
B6065, Richmond Road.
You don't want to do that unless you're a midwife and you can deliver me safely. So if you can't, don't get me into labor in your car.
At the
So
end of the road, turn right, B6065, Richmond Road.
She should have reduced speed as soon as that lady stepped out, but she only did when I mentioned it.
Slow down here.
Now, driving at 17 miles an hour in a residential road with cars parked left and right halfway over the curb is probably not safe way to drive, don't you think? Now, this gets even worse if a car door was open, and it makes it worse if that car door open has a pedestrian beside it. So a mom taking out a child from the car. And because of this, I would give a serious fault for this situation here. It was not well planned, and the hazard perception there was definitely not good.
You've got that lady, doors open. That's a potential situation there. It's a developing hazard. Slow it down.
Turn right, B6065.
Now, let's have a conversation. Now, the problem here is that Rowena is a confident driver, and I can see that. And this is what the problem is. So, she's trying to show confidence in dealing with these situations, but in the middle of it, she's forgetting that safety is very important and is key. So, you've got to show how confident but safe you are. So, you've got to be able to deal with these things safely to make sure that I feel safe enough in the car as well as for the safety of those outside of the car. Now, I gave a minor fault here only because luckily the lane was big enough for the white car to pass while still remaining in the lane. Otherwise, this would have been a serious fault if the car had to use the other lane to pass. Now, because Rowena is constantly trying to keep up with the maximum speed limit of the road, this is why you see that we keep moving too fast towards hazards or developing hazards without slowing down on time. So she's constantly trying to keep up with the flow of traffic or trying to keep up with the speed limit rather than considering the situation of the road or the condition of the road. So keep this in mind. It is good to make progress, but don't make progress to the detriment of other road users. So consider the effect your driving, your speed, your positioning is going to have on other road users around you. So as we approach the built up area, there is now a slow down sign ahead of us, and there are coming to be humps after that as well. But as we approach that sign, Rowena has not started responding. She had not responded to that sign, which means not reducing speed up until when we got so close to the hump, and you would see the effects that had on us in the car. And because of our focus more on the driving and the speed, we are now approaching another right turn. So she's not noticing this yet and has not started preparing for it.
After 300 yards, turn right, Hastela Road South.
And just as she realizes she needed to turn right, she takes the turn into the wrong side and now stopping in the lane for those coming on the other side of the road. And there was a safe gap right
Did you see that
after the
arrow?
black car here, but we were focused on the arrow rather than planning for the gap. So we are now waiting, but at least though in the right place, but we've passed our point of turn. So now an oncoming vehicle flashes to give us way to go here now. but then we took a very slow turn. So that was a long
Come on,
one.
guys. That's very slow turning there. Yeah, too slow. Now that car's far away, but then by the time you came off, the car's almost met you there. It's a big road. The space is big. Give a little gentle gas just to help you push the car through it. Between 5 and 10 miles would have been perfect there.
After 200 yards, turn right, Chadwick Road. Turn right, Chadwick Road.
So you've made more mistake in the past 20 minutes than you did in the last 30 minutes driving. Yeah. So try and relax.
Relaxing, I think.
You're not relaxing. Yeah. So let's work together on that hump so I can help you through this for your test. So see the hump, see the arrow, middle of the steering, point it right in middle of the arrow. No more break. See that?
Middle of
Middle of the hump, right in a white spot. So just ease off the brake. No, it's too slow. It's a little hump, see? Okay, now ease off the gas now because you're coming towards the hump. Then slow it down so that you come off the brake before you climb the hump. Now come off the brake. You want to try and slow it down enough before you get to the hump so that you're not holding your brake. Good, and straighten the wheel. Slow it down. No, leave it there. See that?
I can't hear anything. So this one.
Just relax. Still not. Yeah, don't worry. Practice that more in your car after this lesson when you're doing your lessons.
After 300 yards, turn right, A6102, Prince South Wales
That was
Road.
almost
Then
perfect.
go right on the roundabout. Turn
Give it to me.
exit, A57
Give me your glass. It's going to roll
towards
around.
Roundabout.
So we're turning right at this traffic light.
Turn right, A6102, Prince South Wales Road. Then go right on the roundabout. Third exit, A57 towards Roundabout.
If you looked at your sat
After
nav,
200 yards, go right on the roundabout. Third exit, A57 towards Roundabout.
right lane.
Go right on the roundabout. Third exit, A57 towards Roundabout.
Are we going third exit?
What did the sat nav say? Look at the sat nav. You're turning right. Third exit.
So Rowena was anticipating a safe gap after the red cars, but she started to roll forward before the red car had even passed, and this is why I had to stop her. So you've got to remember that this is wrong because situation might actually change from what you were expecting. So don't do that. Let the car you're waiting for pass before you start rolling forward.
Nope. See, that's two situations there. So already you're slightly out of the junction. So you got to remind yourself, like I said earlier on, take your time. It's not a rush. If the road is busy,
Oh my
that's
God,
not
look at
that's
that.
not your fault, is
Quick.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, if the road is busy, it's not your fault. Here's your chance. Look forward and go. Stop looking that way. So once you're going, you should be looking forward, not to your right.
Okay.
If you don't think it's safe, then you shouldn't be going. That's enough speed. That's enough speed. Too fast now. Too fast. Too fast. Too fast, Rowena.
Is that too fast?
Yes, too fast. Remember I
Take
told
the
you,
exit
try and stay between 15
A57.
and 20.
Ah.
You're going through around about
Are
25
we
miles an
here?
hour. Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God, I need that. I need.
Yeah, you need to relax a bit, maybe walk a bit more on the roundabout.
After
Okay.
350
So look how you're
yards,
sat now.
turn right, A57, towards Rixop. Then, cross the roundabout, first exit.
Slow down. You're coming to the roundabout. Slow down. That's enough speed. That is
Turn
enough
right,
speed.
A57, towards Rixop. Then, cross the roundabout, first exit.
Too fast again. It's
Cross
another
the
roundabout.
roundabout, first exit, A57. After 400 yards, go left on the roundabout, first exit, B6064, Coisley Hill. Go left on the roundabout, first exit, B6064, Coisley Hill.
Why are you worrying?
On the roundabout. Oh my god.
Slow down. That was a narrow space there because of that car there waiting to turn. And you're approaching a zebra as well, but at the same time, a bend. All of that happening at the same time, or yet you're increasing speed.
After 300 yards, bear right, P6064, Market Street. Bear right, P6064, Market Street.
So here.
Continue straight.
This one.
She's trying to tell you not to go that way. So
Yeah.
keep right. So just follow the road.
Oh, okay.
But if you looked at the sat nav, you would have known. But the problem is you're just following the voice guidance.
It was like.
Yeah, try and look at the blue arrow or the blue line. Do you still need your glasses or you're okay now?
I'm okay.
After 300 yards, go left on the roundabout, first exit, A57. Go left on the roundabout, first exit, A57.
So try and avoid looking to your right while moving out into the roundabout. If you think you should still be looking, then that means you should still be waiting. But if you've made the decision to go through, then look forward so that you can focus on what is ahead of you. Rather than looking that way
Yeah.
and coming out into the road, it is more dangerous.
Oh.
If the situations ahead of you changes, you wouldn't know, or even if you realize it might be late to take
Cross the
action.
roundabout, second exit, A57, Cross the roundabout. Second exit, A57, Chesterfield Road. After 300 yards, go around the roundabout. Fourth exit, A57, Chesterfield Road.
Do you realize the roundabout is very close by? So
No.
slow down so you can plan. Slow down. Give yourself
Go around
time
the
to plan.
roundabout. Fourth exit, A57, Chesterfield Road.
Do you know your exit?
Nope.
You're going around. So
Oh.
I'll help you. This is one. We're going to the fourth exit. So slow down. No more speed. No more gas.
Okay.
No more gas. So that's the third one. Mirror signal and look forward.
Okay. Thank you.
That's it.
After 300 yards,
What about your
cross
signal?
the roundabout.
Turn it
Second
off.
exit, A57.
You've seen the roundabout ahead of you. Again, we're still over 30
Cross
miles
the
an hour.
roundabout. Second
Too
exit,
fast.
A57.
Remember what I kept telling you since? Your nerves is the problem.
My problem is
Relax.
roundabout.
No, the problem is not the roundabout, it's the nerves. That's the problem. You believe your problem is the roundabout, and that's why you're doing it wrong. I mean, I just helped you right there, but I didn't do anything for you. I just told you what to do, isn't it? And
Yeah.
you did it. And that's the point. I didn't come in to help you physically. I just told you. You could have told yourself the same thing, but because you're so worried, you haven't got time to think about what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
So try and relax so that you've got enough time to plan. And calm down with the speed. The whole nerve is pushing everything. Your foot is going down,
Yeah.
and the car's moving fast, even as you struggle through the roundabout. So when you hear the instruction, look ahead, look at the sat nav so you know how far it is. Stop increasing speed when you're approaching the roundabout or the junction or even the bends.
Yeah. Okay. Try my best.
Yeah,
After
just
400
relax.
yards, go around the roundabout. Fourth exit, A57.
If you head it 300 yards away, come off the gas. Start planning. Where are you going to position to? Right. You're going again around. U-turn.
Go around the
Slow down
roundabout.
more so you
Fourth
can stop
exit,
safely if you need
A57.
to. That is enough speed, so just keep it about that speed. Sit back, relax, sit back. Yeah, sit back.
Oh, okay. Got you now. So I don't need to like this.
Yeah, don't say it like that. You've got your weight on the steering wheel. It makes it more difficult for you to actually have control of the car. It's like you're on a roller coaster, so you're going and swinging
I am
around with it.
scared.
Cross the roundabout.
No, but remember, you drove me down to Handsworth.
Chesterfield Road.
When you drove me to Handsworth, I've never seen you, I've never driven with you, but it felt safer than your test. So do the same thing. What have you got ahead of you? Look at the sat nav. You've got a roundabout ahead of you, so start planning now. Try not to reduce too much speed though, too early. So try and gauge it. Check check your interior mirror so you know the following traffic behind you.
Cross the roundabout. roundabout, second exit, A57, Chesterfield Road.
Well, I don't need a signal there, right?
Yeah, it's fine. You did the signal. It's good. No problem.
After 300 yards, go left on the roundabout, first exit, B60 to 100, Aston Way. Go left on the roundabout, first exit, B60 to 100, Aston Way.
I saw your feet preparing.
Yes. That's because every time I'm glad you saw that. Every time you go to the roundabout, you always tend to go past the junction. If you don't think it's safe, stop behind the giveaway line. Wait and check. Or you often push yourself through the giveaway line while you're still looking. The giveaway line is supposed to be stopped. If it's safe, then you can cross it. Or you're giving yourself more work to do by thinking you have to keep moving.
Yeah.
After 500 yards, go left on the roundabout, first exit, B60 to 100, Sheffield Road. Go left on the roundabout, first exit, B60 to 100, Sheffield Road.
I think this is difficult.
What was
You
that?
took me to the difficult one.
It's not difficult, just roundabouts. That's what it is. It's just more and more and more roundabouts. And the good thing with it is you had many roundabouts, which meant when you make a mistake on one, you had another chance to fix it. You make a mistake on the second one, you had another chance to fix it. But because you were nervous, you didn't get to manage to get free. So focus ahead and pay attention to flow marking. So the left lane is going to be turning left only at the traffic light. So you need to try and change lane when it's safe. If you don't signal now, that man would never know what you're trying to see. That's not safe. You're signaling at the same time as steering. It's supposed to be signal, and then if it's safe, move in. Light is red. So as you can see, you're doing everything with nerves. If you're trying to change lane here and you start to slow down, but you haven't signaled, how does he know why you're slowing down? The driver behind you, let's go. The driver behind you would never know why you're slowing down. So if you have someone behind you and you're worried about them, the best thing you do is put the signal on at least, so they get to know what you're trying to do. Too fast again. You've got a situation here. It's nerve. Yeah, I know. That's why I keep telling you to just relax the nerve. So I'm gonna stop the sat nav and I'm gonna direct you from here. So I want you to take the next road on the right where that blue car is coming from.
Okay, going to right.
Yep, turn right. Sit back. Sit back.
Sorry.
The green car. See the speed. That's nerves. See, this is why I stopped you, because I know you. I know eventually when you start turning, you're going to slow down. And that would have been dangerous with that green car coming so fast. See, this is residential road. Look at the speed. It's not safe. It might say 30, but how safe is it? The house is all around you. So turn right at the junction. There you go again. See, you're just about to cross this giveaway line, but you're still looking that way. And by the time you look this way, you would have passed the junction. But the question is, what if? Okay, let's go. There's a car behind us. Go on. It's safe. Turn the wheel. Relax. Move on. And then I want you to pull up on the left after this blue car. So pull up on the left. Go past the blue car. There you go. Yeah, it's fine now. Okay. And then straighten up. Signal off. And button. It's just a button. It's just a button. Remember? That's nerve. So you've forgotten. Push it. That's it. Now, why did I stop you there? I wanted to explain that bit. So see what you kept doing at the junctions, and that's what you've been doing at the roundabouts as well. So imagine when you're looking that way and you're already pushing out. Now, by the time you look this way, you've already gone past the giveaway line, isn't it? So the question is, what happens then if you look this way and then you see a car? Then you're gonna stop, right? But then if you stop, you're already blocking them.
So
That's why you're supposed to wait. Stop at the giveaway line.
is it a give and a stop?
Unless you can see. Now, do you know what kind of junctions you have? So you have a closed junction and you have an open junction. Now, do you know what the difference are?
The close one you can't see.
So closed
On the
junctions
side, yeah.
you can't see because there might be houses or trees or cars blocking your view.
Yeah.
And the open one is you literally can see into the road before you even get to the junction.
Yeah.
But the problem is you're treating every junction like if it's an open junction. So as you're getting to the junction, you're already crossing the line. But that's the other problem. If I know it's an open junction, then I would have done my observation before I even got to the junction because I would have seen, right? But the problem is, even though you're treating it as an open junction, you're still looking and you're crossing the giveaway line and you're still looking.
So what I'm going to do, just stop.
So like this one, yeah, this is a closed junction. We can't see because these buildings are blocking us.
Yeah.
So your intention should be get to the junction and stop. Check, left, right, forward. If it's safe, then face forward and move on.
Okay.
See, don't you? You're still checking, but then you've crossed the junction anyways. So which means
Yeah, I noticed, but I still already there, but I still
but you're
like,
still looking.
yeah.
So the point would be if you're crossing the junction. Now the point is,
So when you committed, you
yeah, exactly.
You don't need to look at back.
Exactly the point. Once you've committed yourself, you should be looking forward to focus ahead. And the question would be, before you commit yourself, right? Before you commit yourself, you've got to make sure that it is safe. Because what you're doing is you decide to commit yourself, but you're not even sure it's safe. So why are you committing yourself then? Which is what you're doing at the roundabouts as well. So you get to the roundabout, a car's still passing you, but you're rolling forward and you're rolling forward, and I have to stop you at one of them.
One is this one. When you hold this one, what's my problem in that?
Which one was that?
I think we're going to fourth exit. The last.
Yes.
The other one,
So we had the. Let me try and draw it. So this was the roundabout.
it's like I'm cutting.
Yes. So this was the roundabout. That's an exit. That's an exit.
Yeah.
This is an exit, and this is an exit. So we're coming round, right?
Yeah.
And we passed this one, and then we're passing this one. And as you were about to get to your exit, it should have just been one little stair, just to
not like
slide in. But you went that way, which would have looked like we're gonna go too far into the curb. We would have run a risk of hitting the curb, and then you're gonna jump it back to the right again. And the problem why I had to go quickly on the steering, more importantly, was the speed. Because the speed is going too fast. So everything you do on the steering is harsh. Because I could feel it because the car's moving too fast. Because I said, slow down at the roundabout. The important thing is, well, the driving test center is over there, would have finished. Things have gone so much that I haven't even had a chance to tell you to pull up on the left and right because everything has been going on so fast, so fast. Now, I said it to you earlier on before we started the test. I said to you, you could actually pass the test next week if you relax, if you don't get nervous. And what you did was get more nervous now than when I picked you up, right? And that's because you know you're doing a mock test, right? But try and remember, the exam is not. Have you done it before? The test.
The test, yeah.
You've done it before, so
Yeah.
you know what to expect.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, and you know it goes very quick, right? The test finishes very quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Just-
very quick. Before you know, you'll be like, oh,
That's why
is it
I
done?
panic when I got roundabout because that my mistake before because the one who instructor is like doing like no doing this to me because that's what you
The
said.
same, yeah,
That's my problem. I
yeah.
just
That's what I remember. First
so I
thing,
just got panic when
yeah,
I
the
got the
first thing I'm gonna
roundabout.
tell you, try and reduce your speed at the roundabout. You're going too fast. The roundabouts are quite a fast moving roundabout. Yes, I know it. Most of them, you've got 40 miles and 50 miles on that road. But you can't be bending and you're not much in control and you're driving over 20 miles and you're still bending. You're gonna have less control.
Okay.
And it would feel a lot less safe. That's why you're gonna see. Um, I haven't written much because I'm trying to focus on the road.
Don't read it.
Yeah. So no, when we get to the test center, then I'm gonna finish up what I was saying. So when you're ready, move on again, and we're gonna turn right onto this road.
Okay. This one. Okay. Everything is
So prepare your car first.
yeah.
No, relax. No, wait. That's the nerve again. Ask yourself, is your car even prepared yet? Is it in drive? Look at the dash. Is your car on drive yet?
No.
There you go. See,
Okay.
you haven't prepared the car yet.
Okay. Yeah.
Nope.
Not yet.
Look at the message. Look at the dash. Put your car into drive. See, that's where all of the nerves comes. You've turned it, but you can see it's not in drive yet. And there's a message that said to you, put your foot on the brake to be able to engage to drive. But nothing changed. But you were about to move off again, but you wouldn't move because the car isn't even in drive. But you could have seen it. But the problem is you're worrying, so you're not really paying attention to that. Even though you're looking at it, your mind isn't there. So try and relax. This is like having a second chance. So this is your first chance. Your test is your second chance. So relax and don't do what you did now. Do what you did when I picked you up or when you drove me down here, I'd say. Right? Never met you before, never driven with you before, but we drove all the way from your place down here and you went through 50 roads. You went through that roundabout. And that roundabout coming from, I can't remember what it is, but that roundabout you dealt with it better than the ones you've done on the test. And that's because you was more relaxed. Yeah. So you're not as bad as you think at the roundabout. It's your nerves. It's your nerves. You're a better driver than you give yourself, but you let the nerves take the best of you. Yeah. So when you're ready, let's go. And try and sit into your chair, relax. So once you start to get to those points where you don't like, you sit up. I'm like, yeah, that's it. She's coming to make a mistake. The minute you sit up on the chair, that's it. There you go. That's the problem. See, right now, we've gone over the junction again, but you haven't looked here. You're still looking there. So try and wait behind it. Look right, look left, and if it's still not, then you can start peeping and creeping, and then turn right at the end of the road.
stop my car.
Yeah. So no, don't move. See, that's the
Yeah,
problem.
just
Don't
like
move.
that.
Don't move. It's not safe yet. Okay. So keep waiting, and only start moving if you know it's safe. Remind yourself, it's not a rush. I didn't give you time, did I? I haven't given you time. Okay. Look forward, turn the wheel. Should have checked the right mirror there because, especially when there's a bike behind you, you want to know if anyone is passing you on the right while you were waiting. Now you're lucky you live in Sheffield. If it was London, you could have had 2, 3, 4 cyclists on your right while you were waiting at that light. So we're going to take the next road on the right. Okay, it's too late. Don't worry. Continue straight. Yeah. So I haven't given you that information in time.
It's right.
No,
No,
I didn't say
sorry.
turn right.
I
But
th-
I was just
I
about
thought
to mention something about your speed. You didn't notice that 30 sign, did you? So we're going to turn right ahead. Slow down a bit now. Mirrors and signal. Slow down. Slow down. Still too fast. Slow down so that you can come in here safely.
slow down.
See? And now there's nothing coming ahead. So look forward and go. That's it. And then we're going to take the next right again. Slow down again. It's just right there. Slow down. Still too fast. Still too fast. Yeah. I think you're really, really worried about the speed. And that's stop here. So you always try and stop right in the middle of the road you're going into. Because this is where your lane starts, isn't it? So when it's time to go, do one circle on your steering and move on. That's it.
Is it the right one? In the middle.
Yeah, so
Okay.
get your mirror in line with the center
Ah,
of the road. Because if you pass it, then you're going to go too close to the curb. At least as
that's a
long as.
tip.
Yeah, that also, you didn't know that.
I didn't know.
Okay, I'll make you try that again. So we're turning right here. No more speed. You're coming into a bend. We don't know what's coming out. See, look at that. You can't see what's coming out of all of those junctions. Even when you can see, you've got to anticipate, especially with our car coming at that speed.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trust that driver to stop there. So I would take caution there. If you see a car coming full speed into the road, you go ask yourself, what if they don't stop? What if the driver's just passed out? What if they're drunk? So you got to prepare yourself just in case. Keep away, ease off.
Press the brake
Wrong
button.
pedal. Too much gas.
Too much
Gently.
gas. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
gently.
my problem.
Speed.
I think that's.
Yeah, the gas. So we're gonna pull up on the left, just behind the car, but give yourself enough room to go back out. Slow down more. Slow down more. Slow down more. You're gonna get there too close, too quick. right a bit. There you go. Straighten the wheel and then stop. Okay. No, see, that's nerves again. You've put it in reverse again. There you go. All right.
Ooh, that's
So
why.
everything. Now, what do you think?
I still got speeding.
So it would have been a fail, which is good. It's a
We
fail
try
now.
this one.
Yeah, it's better as a fail now. But could you have passed?
No.
Yeah, you could have passed. I mean, I said it
Well,
at the beginning. You could pass if you relax.
yeah.
Yeah, but you've got you've gone triple more nervous because it's a test. So you've got to really convince yourself you're not doing a test. You're just driving around, right? Try and pay less attention